sharing called e-scattering. This is a very, very enjoyable kind of time that yesterday we had the opening ceremony in Central, and formal business start today. So we have to share the insights by very good speakers that we have from Japan and from Taiwan and Hong Kong. So the idea behind of this event is like sharing the East design philosophy, and then we talk a bit about, especially this year, we talk about post-pandemic pattern situation. So I hope later all the speakers, they can give you all interesting insights. And this is a very interesting space also. It's good environment to talk about design. And it's a newly opened design by Alan and also Enoch and Tino. And I hope that later we all can walk around and then take a look at the beauty and the design behind. It's really, really Eastern meeting the Western ideas. So without further ado, I hope that we can kick off this because we're doing live also. And yes, Wesley, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And perhaps can I pass the mic to JCD chairman to introduce their speakers today? It might be easier. Yeah, please just introduce. To share my workload.
皆さんこんにちは。昨日から始まったこのイーストギャザリングの、イベントですけども、昨日も少しお話ししましたが、久しぶりのこの、香港での開催、イーストギャザリングの開催を香港でやれたことを、本当に楽しく思っております。
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be here. And yesterday this event started, and I have mentioned many times, but they're very happy to be here in Hong Kong.
香港も本当にちょっとこの間にどんどん新しくなっていてですね、見るものも非常に増えて、今日もこんなですね M プラスのこの場所でこういうことができる開催していただいたことを本当に嬉しく思っております。はい。
It's been for a while back, coming back to Hong Kong, that he realized a lot of things has been changed, updated. He found many new things. And today at the Pratt Museum, this is such a wonderful place to host this event, and he's very happy to be here.
この M プラス本当に少しだけ見させていただきましたけど、日本のですね古いものも含めて素晴らしいものがたくさん揃っていて、本当に1日かけてゆっくり見たいなと思いました。
We had a little we had a tour for a short time, but he found a lot of Japanese historical items exhibited in the museum, and he is wishing he could spend at least a day to look around.
で今回のイーストギャザリングは日本と香港と台湾ということで、そのヤングタレントの方とあと、マスターズトークとありますけれども、それぞれのその文化の違い、考え方の違いみたいなものがこの、現れるですね、とても面白い、トークイベントになると思っております。
This time is gathering with Hong Kong, Tokyo, and Taiwan. All the designer, young designer, and master, they share their perspective about design approach, and he's hoping to see the culture towards the design approach in a different culture background, and hoping this event to be very meaningful for everyone.
ということでですね、楽しみにしておりますので、皆さんも一緒に、楽しみましょう。
So he is looking forward, and please enjoy, and let's enjoy together.
Thank you very much. Actually, I was expecting if he can introduce the Japanese speakers today, but it's fine. You were running out of time.
Okay.
So later, I will invite Chairman of CSID to speak with us later. Yeah, we'll kickstart with the designer forum now. Okay. So I would like to introduce the first speaker. They are a couple of Japanese and Taiwanese. And they both graduated from Spain, right? Colombia, and later in Spain. Daisuke and Minnie. Okay, I will pass the mic to you.
Okay. All right. Let me start our presentation. All right. Okay. Thank you for Wesley, the introduction. Thank you, Horace Pan, Li Suzan, and Kubota-san, and Zhao Ge, I think that's all Li Suzan, for this opportunity to share. And as Wesley mentioned, I'm Japanese, and my partner, Minnie, is from Taiwan. So we are a duo of these two different countries. And today I would like to talk about our kind of, because the topic was post-pandemic, this pandemic gave us a lot of chance to think about our careers, our practice, and also our future. So we named it, this presentation is Circular Endeavor. And so my name is Daisuke. And then my partner, Minnie Jan, we are both graduated from Columbia University in New York. Minnie, her bachelor is in US, University of Southern California, while I study in Japan, Meiji University. And both of us are both member of CSID, Chinese Society of Interior Designers. So this is one of the project I would like to share first. It's in my studio work in Columbia University, 2003, where we met actually together. That's back 20 years ago. Oh, should I speak in Japanese? Oh, okay. All right. All right, so, and later, 2010, actually both of us went to Spain to build this project called Fablab House. This was first digitally fabricated solar house that we use CNC digital fabrications. So obviously showing our interest, it was in technology, how computer can generate a design, a new type of design. And later, while we were working in the United States, we realized the importance of sustainability. So we took the chance to go to Spain and then do this kind of building weird-shaped solar house. Later, we moved back to Asia. Initially, it was Japan, and later we moved to Taiwan and started doing these projects, interior design, architecture, and art installation, more focusing on sort of idea of sustainability and technologies. So when we gradually start thinking initially, because our interest starts with these technologies, and later came to the sustainabilities. However, these two topics are a little bit serious, so that when we just force it, everyone said, oh, these guys are too serious. So the idea, and especially in Taiwan, what I realized is Taiwan has a lot of culture. It's a small island, as Japan is small too, but Hong Kong, but it's packed with culture. And that's where I didn't realize when I was in the United States, because we were hoping that technology would drive us to generate new design. But later in Taiwan, it's really start looking at this, how can we create a culture with our design? And yet it become a core value that creates this homogeneous circulation to balance our design approach. So first project, I pass the mic to Minnie.
Hello, hi, I'm Minnie. And we have chosen 3 projects in specific to this East Gathering event. Pandemic is difficult for all of us, and it has changed a lot of how we see interior space and how we try to live, or even daily lives. So what we're going to show today, these 3 projects, are not the biggest project. More likely, they're the smallest that happened in the past 3 years. And we want to show how we cope during the very specific time. And this project is a school project. It's a renovation project of a high school, a wrestling space. So how did we start with doing something like this? So in Taiwan, buildings are normally, they don't, how do you say it? It's hard to maintain very well. So after a few years, the school facilities on the inside usually has a lot of mold, and maybe the ceilings are falling off. And what's really crazy is like you see outside, the entire window side has been blocked. And you cannot see anything from inside anymore. But that's where the students go, junior high school students. They go here every day to learn, to practice. And when we receive this project, now it's very obvious it's a challenge of how we could possibly make an old space and come back to life. We want to try to do something first, is to open up the space. The space itself has been so closed that we just want to break it open and hopefully make the inside space connects to the outside space, like literally, not through the glass, but the space itself, you can extend it. So we did several things. So we saw the interior has a lot of very outdated decorations and the inside. So we got it all out, like literally nothing left inside, and we changed all the windows and doors. And this project in specific, the budget is very minimal because it's a semi-public job, I guess. Like you're not allowed to put a lot of money to make like really crazy designs. So we had to think about how this space can be used and adapted for the students these days. Like what do they need now? Not before, not 50 years ago. I mean, this building was built 50 years ago. But now we want to try to make something else.
身体在这里面伸展，都是美感生成的一个重要关键。现在的学生，他们的校舍难道要跟我们30年前一样吗？其实不一定。第一次进到丰东，其实我们觉得它非常的美丽，校舍很整齐以外，它还有很丰富的绿意。但是角力馆建筑物它已经有50年的历史了，它缺乏整修。 也在角力馆的时候做了很多的增建，其实看起来像一个很封闭的盒子。这个盒子的外围被海报板整个都遮住了。因为这间平常都是关着的，虽然它在学校的蛮正中心的地方，但是好像就是一个比较没有人会去使用，墙壁都是灰灰的，然后通风比较差一点。我们进来，希望能够做的就是展开它。 将东侧的这道墙打开，不需要的海报、看板全部撤掉，让整个视野延伸出去，让空气跟阳光跑进来。经过50年很有建设特色的折板，希望能够让它恢复。地板将它拆除以外，放水的胶泥上。我们设计了一个舞台区，原本是有一个下凹的半圆形舞台，当我们将所有的落地窗打开。
So this project actually really echoes what Liang Zitian 老师 was saying yesterday about what we can leave to the next generation. Maybe it's about sustainability, maybe it's about circularity. So we have learned that we can take the whole thing down and make a new thing, but we could also think about the history of this space and how we can possibly make into new. So after we had experience on this project, we were really happy to receive the TID award. The TID award is in Taiwan and is one of the really difficult to get award. But I must say fortunately, we received the award, but unfortunately, it was during the pandemic, so we're not able to see anyone during the award ceremony because there is none. So we're very, very happy that we can be here today and see all of your lovely smiles.
Okay, so second project, we have 3 projects, so I move on quick. Was actually not outside of interior space. It's art installations, as I have seen the William Liu's and his 2 sons' presentation, Kevin and Vincent, earlier. Amazing art installations. I little feel hesitated, but this one we designed it for Lantern Festival in Taiwan. Taiwan has this celebration of Lantern every close to Chinese New Year. So we had this opportunity to actually design one of the main lighting art installation for new immigrant. And so this project was very quick. We were asked to design on October while we needed to deliver entire structure by February. So really there was 4 months. When we went there to see the site, obviously there's nothing, or we need to start with choosing the site where we wanted to install. So we found that this is a nice location that a little bit have a topography and surrounded with trees. And then we were like, oh, this is nice. And here the other question is, what is Lantern pavilion for new immigrants? This is something that we need to think about as, like, if I'm a new immigrant, I'm Japanese, but do I want to make it like, looks like real Japanese pavilion? But then here, my question was, maybe it's not about where I come from, but who I am, and how I feel like to live in the different countries. Because I lived in Japan, US, Europe, and now in Asia. Feels like this emotional state must be same to everyone. So the project called Pulse is to synchronize how you feel when you go to, like right now I'm nervous, so my heart is pumping very quick. So somehow I wanted to visualize it, this pulse into a pavilion. So we worked with, actually, this structure system is for a greenhouse. Taiwan has a lot of greenhouse, and then we realized it could actually fabricate quite organic shape. So we prefabricated in north of Taipei, while the installation was south. And we lifted on site, assemble. Minnie went to observe the site on like a month, 2 weeks, all right? And then here we cladded this structure with this greenhouse material, fabric. And finally, we adjusted the lighting to visualize this pumping feeling of pulse. And this is after we completed for the Lantern Festival. And daytime and nighttime, there is a strip light going across the street structure, and these kind of interact with the music and changes the color. And we also have a place for people to sit and look at this structure and the lighting. I have a short video about this. And this is nice, I'm speaking Japanese. テーマにした旅のアートのインストレー
阳光下面会闪闪发亮的一个结构材。那不仅是结构，我们希望它感觉有很棒的流线型之外，要呼应脉动的这个主题，我们提出了用两条很简单圆形的 LED 灯条，去勾勒出整个形体的最上方跟最下方。
ここから始まりまして、それで新しい場所に行くときって大体胸が高鳴ったり心配になったりして、緊張感とか興奮感っていうのがあると思うんですけども、それをどうにかパビリオン的な形構造体にして、さらにそれを時間が経過するにあたってたまにはゆっくりたまにはすごく早くライティングで表現して、それで形自体はすごく奇跡な形になって、その周りを電気ライトでこうやって回っていくのが基本的なコンセプト。
当你走进都会公园，到达这个场地的时候，我们希望大家能够停下脚步，然后可能使用的石头或者在这个棚下乘凉，然后我们希望大家能够在这个场地的时间花得越久，它可以听声音，它可以看灯的表现方式，最重要的是就是希望它们能够做我们的方式。
Okay. I think amazing part of working in Taiwan is something that I come up as an idea and having this kind of doubt, how do I do that? But somehow we can find the solution to do it. Like, I feel like when I was in United States or when I was in Japan, we tried to fit in the system. Like, especially in Japan, we have very particular modular system or unit system that usually we try to create a design based on the system. However, in Taiwan, sometimes there is none. That become, for us, for me, it's a huge struggle when I moved there. Because, for example, the window size, the column distance, they're all asking me to decide as a designer, taking the decisions. While in Japan, we actually followed certain module system. So obvious that was a huge struggle, but however, afterwards, when we come across this type of challenging project, actually, their flexibilities and open-minded and welcoming new idea is really helping us to create some type of new design, and especially works in this type of art installation project. All right.
Okay, so the last project that we're gonna show is also during the pandemic and how we think of the healthcare space. This is in an elementary school. Their infirmary space has done a large renovation job. And this project is also was led by TDRI, and also one of our mentors is Mr. Zhao Emil Zhao. And I want to show you the reality of most of the schools, the infirmaries in Taiwan. Unfortunately, it still looks like this. Like maybe 30 years ago when we were young and they looked like this, now they still look like this. So with a very, very, very minimal budget, we try to do this because pandemic has a lot to do with our health issues. But when we saw this space, we cannot see how this space could possibly help or improve. For example, it's really cluttered and there's no sunlight, and where they have the bed for patients, it's actually next to each other. So we have like 3 beds, but they're in the same space. And for example, if somebody got COVID, right, what are you gonna do? You can't, like 3 people can't even be in the same space. So we saw the problems of a school infirmary, and we need to think of how to adapt to different types of usage. For example, there's a time when they check their eyes and the height in the beginning of every semester, and there's also time when they're just dealing with daily basic needs. So what we did is we went to see the space, and there are 3 huge columns that were really obvious, painted green. We don't know, they're huge, and we cannot do anything about it. So we decided to remove the wall that's in the corner. Hopefully the lights can come in. And also the air we thought is really important. Without fresh air, if you just like close all the doors and someone start coughing or whatever inside, it's not so nice. So we're thinking about not just circulation, but the air and the light all together with how we can work around these 3 huge columns. So the idea here is actually a really compact, very, very small, extremely small space, but how we can deal with this many people at different time of the year. So we have the storage space and the pantry in the corner, and then we free up the entire floor plan like this, hiding one of the columns in the center, so we could like kind of blend it into the space. And then the teachers before, the nurse, more like, they were not able to see the door because they were somewhere here, and they could never see the kids coming. So when I went to see the site, I saw a kid like cut his leg, but then the teacher couldn't even tell. So we decided that maybe the teachers and the reception could just take care of the people at the front and then guide them to where they need to be. So there are 3 beds. So there were 3 beds. The new design also has 3 beds. But these 3 beds can now be separated, and they can also have their own space if we have separated with the curtains. So now this is the daily activities where we can walk really quickly in and out if somebody got hurt. And also there's the semester checkup, where they form a huge long line in the space, and then they need to do all the checkup, and then they need to check their height and come back here and check their eyes and then go right out using the same old space. But the important thing is that the beds can now be relocated. And then finally, there's another plan for the yearly checkup, which requires a different circulation. So we use the room, the space next to it. They do their checkup next door and also come in here and then go all the way out like a huge loop. So this is already after the renovation. So we have made the beds individually. So if they needed to close it, they just use the curtain, and they can separate into different zones. And we also try to break the boundary of what infirmary usually is. It's a little dark, it was a little dark, and it was not so friendly. But how can we use the space, material, and the light to make it a more friendly infirmary? Because at the end, it's not just where we treat our wound. I also hope that they can get treated their minds, and hopefully they feel calm when they're inside and they don't get so scared. So this is the zone where they check their eyes, and we also design the lighting so they go around all the tabletop areas.
健康中心很特别，它并不是一般的教室，它在里面做的并不是学习的动作，而是它需要受到治愈，它需要被疗愈。第一次走进健康中心的时候，光线不足，然后东西杂乱，其实整个动线对学生来讲也好，对护理师来讲也好，应该是非常的不容易使用。我们导入了轻自然设计、储藏空间、外带服务室、第 进来做的第一件事情就是将它拆除，让自然能够进入到空间，跟人做一个调和。原本的核心的部位已经用了圆形去做空间的勾勒，延续着那个氛围，用一个 flow。当你进来的时候，不会感觉到很多锐角、直角，而是所有的东西都是带着弧形。那在色彩上面呢，我们选择了疗愈的颜色，当小朋友受伤的时候，能够更快的感受到舒服的氛围。我们需要去设计一个空间，不仅是人比较少的时候的使用模式，也得因应当他要做年度检查，人很多，需要很快速的在这个空间把所有的检查都做完，很多人都可以使用的模式。我相信，当小朋友到一个真正舒适然后美观的健康中心，他的心态应该会大不同。
So this is the end of our presentation, and I just want to say I'm really grateful that we have passed the pandemic, hopefully, and it's obviously has changed the way that we think about how to deal with space, how to deal with interior, how to think about our living environment.
Okay. And also, I've been working in Taiwan. This is my 11th year, and when I went to Taiwan, I really don't know anyone besides my wife, Minnie's family. But today, to be part of this, for example, our association CSID, they welcome me as a foreigner, but to be part of them. I think this type of hospitality, I think Taiwan really we have, and they have, and now I'm part of it. We have, so we really wanted to welcome everyone to come, stop by, and if you have a chance to see our space, our design, our members' design, I think Taiwan is a great place. So they're hoping maybe a couple years we will host another East gathering in Taiwan.
And we really thank Wesley for inviting us, and I think the event is really worth the trip. Thank you so much.
Forgot to mention, I actually met Wesley in 2010 in Spain. Yes, it's our 13th year anniversary. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Would you please stay? May I invite our chairman, Mr. Horace Pan, to present a certificate of appreciation to Daisuke and Minnie.
两个哦，有两个。谢谢。
Thank you very much. And I would like to introduce our first Japanese young speaker today, Miss Nozomi Zama. Her practice name is Za Design. And she worked at Hashimoto Yukio Design Studio in 2000, and she established Za Design Studio in 2015. And later in 2018, she founded Za Design Incorporation. Please, Miss Zama. Or maybe to fill up the time, can I invite Chairman of CSID, Mr. Emil Chow to give us a few words. And Minnie, for the translation. Sorry, I'm not a good translator, so.
I usually am at the work site, the job site.
OK，潘会长，郭董事长，大家下午好。
Hello, Mr. Pan, Kubota-san. Hello, everybody.
这个很高兴能够从这个疫情的4年，能够重新回到香港，让大家一起。我觉得非常谢谢潘会长，也谢谢 Wesley， 可以让我们在疫情之后能够有这么好的一个聚会，能够让大家再一次的能够来讨论我们东方的一些设计问题。
Thank you for hosting this event after 4 years, and finally we have a chance to talk about design.
刚才大家也看到Mini 跟 Daisuke 的分享，在台湾这几年，我们一直在探讨的是，室内设计到底能够为社会做点什么。
What we have been discussing, the topic is what we can do for the society.
室内设计其实这么多年来，私领域在我们的空间里已经非常非常的成熟。问题是我们怎么样打开我们的门，走出去，让室内设计能够有更多的公共性议题可以来讨论。
When interior design is already mature, but how do we implement in the social design?
我们能够希望能够走进更好的地方，比如说像大家看到的，像学校、像卫生所。像捷运这些日常非常非常多人能够运用到的地方，我们怎么样能够用设计的思考来帮助他们
We try to implement in, for example, schools, metro stations, or the healthcare centers, and how to use interior design to improve.
在台湾，其实这一些空间，大部分都是用最低的预算去做。应该要做的整修，而完全没有任何设计跟空间的逻辑在里面。
In Taiwan, public jobs are usually a very low budget situation. So how we can, the design sometimes doesn't have enough logic behind it.
大家可能不相信那个预算低到没有人愿意去接触这件事情，所以我。希望能够找到更多的年轻设计师，共同让自己的设计专业能够来帮助更多的人。
Because the budget was so low that no one would take the jobs. That's why Emil is trying to find more young designers who would put more hearts to these public spaces.
所以我常常告诉年轻的设计师，我们也许做一个住家。我们花了6个月、8个月的时间服务2个人到3个人。我们现在同样花6个月到8个月，我们可以服务5万人、10万人，甚至于50万人。
So, for example, you do a high-end interior design for someone's house. It would take 6 to 8 months. However, right now you can do a public space, and you can serve a lot of people, more than just 2 or 3.
所以在台湾，我们希望室内设计可以影响更多政府的单位，或者是更多公共性的一些建筑，希望能够让设计让人家得到重视，我们的设计价值才会提升。
That's why in Taiwan, we're trying to improve the design value, and that can be done through doing social, more like a public work in the society.
再次感谢香港这一次的热情招待，再让我们看到这么好的一些建筑物跟M+ 的这个新的一个 building。那希望大家在明年后年，我们可以在日本跟台北再次相见。谢谢大家。
Thank you. Thank you, Hong Kong, for hosting the event and let us enjoy the space such like M+, and we hope to see you next year and the year after. Thank you.
谢谢。
Thank you very much. Thank you. So I'll pass the mic to Ms. Zama to start with her presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Nozomi Zama. I'm an interior designer based in Tokyo. I am honored to participate in this wonderful event in Hong Kong, representing Japan. And today, I would like to introduce myself and my work. After studying interior design at an art university, I spent over 50 years working on more than 100 design projects at the Hashimoto Yukio Design Studio, accumulating valuable experiences. At Hashimoto Yukio Design Studio, I was not only worked on projects within Japan, but also worked for projects in Hong Kong and Taipei. In Hong Kong, I've designed several restaurants, hotels in Macau, and public areas of Shangri-La Hotel in Guangzhou. In Taipei, I was responsible for the design of public areas in the Regent Hotel and also various restaurants, including the one in Taipei 101. Looking back, I consider those experiences to be very enriching. In Japan, I've been involved in design projects ranging from small restaurants to wedding venues, hotels, and hospitals. In 2015, I started my own independent practice, and in 2018, I established The Design Inc. At The Design, we currently focus on interior design for various commercial facilities and living spaces, including hotels, wedding venues, condominiums, city development projects, and more. We aim to explore what true well-being means and how it should be expressed in space, striving to offer a new sense of quality of life to those who inhabit them. My English is not good enough, so please let me talk to you in Japanese from here. あ、いいですか？本当に？じゃあ日本語で話していいですか？
はい。
一応英字は書いてあるんですけど。
But she's leading this in So maybe.
Okay, so here's the English transcript. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
はい。パンデミックの前後は大丈夫ですね。大丈夫ですね。
はい。
独立後どちらも独立後の体験でした。前後ですね。私はちょうどその時期は飲食店よりマンションなど、レジデンスの仕事が多くて、デザインの仕事は途切れずにできたんですけれども、世界的なパンデミックにより家での過ごし方や休日の過ごし方、根本から見直す必要性が出てきた時期でした。空間認識が変わって今までの概念の時間と空間の関係が変わり、例えば電車で移動する時間もなくなり、空間の必要性が減ってきたっていう時期になりました。そういった物理的な変化は理解しますが、空間デザインの視点からその辛い時期を経て、今後に私たちが何を生かせるのかっていうのはまだ答えが私も見つかってはおりませんが、個人的には現代において建材を扱うマテリアルを扱う仕事において持続性のあるデザインを取り組みを意識する必要があるとは思っております。今日の講演では私のデザインの考え方と空間が人々の生活に与える影響について深く掘り下げ、皆様に新しいインスピレーションをお届けしたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。デザインフィロソフィー、デザインの考え方です。 私はインテリアデザインにおいて空間がどのように人々の日常生活に影響を与えるか考えることから始めます。私たちは日々さまざまな場所で時間を過ごし、その場所の空気感や視界、食感が私たちの心に与える影響は計り知れません。そのため私は単なる空間を美しく装飾するということではなく、そこで過ごす人々の時間をデザインすることを大切に考えています。私のデザインはシンプルかつ力強い要素に基づいて考えています。以下に私がデザインにおいて重要視する要素をまとめました。Appreciation for nature 自然観です。私はまず自然観を第一に大切にしています。その場所の自然環境をリサーチし、新しい施設に必ずその地域の特性を生かしたデザインを検討しています。外部と内部の連続性によって人の心の変化や土地に来た時に得た感動を遮断せずに室内でも過ごせることが大切だからと考えています。コンセプトですね。次に空間が持つ開放感や、物と物との関連性やつながりを通じて心地よい空気を生み出すことを考えています。間仕切りの位置、家具の配置、内装素材や光の考え方で一体感を生み出して居住者や利用者の健康と快適性に大きな影響を与えるようにしています。そのためコンセプトがとても重要となり、デザインする上で常に基準となり、プロジェクトメンバー全員の指針となるため、先ほどの立地環境から得たインスピレーションをもとに未来の目指す方向性までを一言で表現し提案する必要性があります。またそのコンセプトは空間の、オープン後にも途切れることなく、その空間へのブランドキーワードへと変化していきます。次にライト光です。光は空間の魅力と雰囲気を大きく左右しています。自然光の取り込み方や照明の配置を照明デザイナーと検討し、適切な光を使って素材を照らし、明るさだけでなくぬくもりを提供します。光の効果的な活用は空間に深みを出し、居住者や利用者に豊かな経験をもたらす重要な要素の一つと考えております。見えないです。お願いしていいですか。なんかちょっと間が持たないですよね。ありがとうございます。じゃあ光はもう
畳めて僕がやしましょう。
でもなんかこの画面がこう変わるのが難しいかもしれない。
じゃあこれで次行けば。
ありがとうございます。食感、テクスチャー、素材の持つ食感は空間の質に直感します。
The other topic is texture. She wanted to emphasize the texture when people touch.
私はありとあらゆるさまざまな素材を選定し、それらの質感を生かして心地よい食感を持つ空間をデザインしています。
She selected the material carefully by not only seeing it but touching it, and then she composed the space that people feel comfortable.
実際にいいですね。大丈夫です。実際に人々が触れることで、感じるぬくもりや心地よさが空間の魅力を高めて、人の記憶として残るものだと思っております。
So when people touch the texture, actually creates a memory that the space becomes memorable for the users.
history ですね。歴史です。歴史は空間に独自のストーリーやアイデンティティを与えます。
The history creates the identity of the space that become unique.
私のデザインでは過去の遺産や歴史的な要素を尊重してそれらを現代のコンテキストに落とし込むことに努力をしています。
In her design approach, she respects the history of the place, and she is working with the history to create more the value of the space.
歴史と現代の融合は今後も続いていくテーマだと考えています。
She always keep in her mind that matching with the history and creates the future is an important topic.
ワームス、ぬくもりを大事にしています。ぬくもりは空間に人間性と心地よさをもたらします。
The warmth creates humanity in the space.
私はデザインをするときに冷たさを排除して人々が安心感と親しみを感じるような空間を作り出すことを大切にしています。
She always trying to remove the coldness from the space, and so that creates comfort and warmth to create comfort for the people occupies the space.
本音で言うと、CAD では描けない線で立体を起こしていきたいとは常々考えています。
So she is trying to go beyond this computer-aided drawing, so that become more creates the warmth in the space.
ですので職人の手による手仕事や長い年月を経た素材にとても興味があります。
So the her approach to three-dimensional space is not necessarily just for the two-dimensional drawing, but she worked with, for example, the master of handwork, craft work, so it creates a texture and different approach to the space.
これらの要素を大切にしてデザインに取り入れ、私は空間を、人に心地よい時間、体験を提供したいと考えております。
So that she always keep in her mind that these masters and working with those masters and the workers in the space creates harmonious comforts for the users.
デザインの力で私たちの生活を豊かにして空間を心から楽しむことが私の使命だと考えています。
So that she believed her duty is to use her design abilities to provide comforts for the users.
ここからは私の、作品をご紹介したいと思います。
She will introduce some of her projects.
これは、マリオットホテル山中レイク、マリオットホテルの山中湖になります。私のデザインのアプローチを具体的な事例を通じて紹介します。皆さん、富士山と山中湖をご存知ですか？
So this is the hotel in Marriott Hotel in Yamanaka Lake. Do you know Fuji Mountain and the Lake Yamanaka?
これは日本の自然の美の一つであり、美しさはとても表現しきれないところがあります。
So this hotel is located in such a beautiful nature that sometimes even she tried to design it, it's difficult to compete with the beauty of nature.
こちらのホテルでは既存のホテルのリブランド化プロジェクトに参加いたしました。
So this project is a renovation project. It's already the hotel was existed.
この特別な場所に建てられたホテルとしてこの自然観を内部空間でも感じられるようにするデザインを目指しました。
So this location is so special and unique that she's trying to implement this unique aspect of nature into her interior design.
デザインのキーポイントとしては自然の美しさを尊重して、自然環境を内部と調和させました。
So that her design approach is to respect the nature and cohere with the condition of interior space.
機能的には新たな温泉を各客室に引き込む設備の変更と、デザイン的には自然の景色を室内に取り込むというところを意識しました。
The functional update includes every room, guest room has a hot spring, and also she is trying to draw the scenery into the room.
ロビーでは雪の積もった富士山が映り込む山中湖のさっきの写真ですね。山中湖のダイナミックさを表現しました。
This lobby is representing the dynamicness of Fuji Mountain when the snow accumulates on top.
こちらはオリジナルの色味と艶を乗せた手すき、日本の手すき和紙を貼っています。
This is created with Japanese traditional paper that has special coloring on it.
手前に細いアルミロッドを並べていることで、人が動くことで壁が、動きがあるような錯覚に陥ります。
She covered it with very skinny aluminum rods that create reflection. So when the people pass by, it changes the face.
そしてロビーのエキサイティングな見せ方とは逆に、エレベーターホールに入った瞬間は、水面の静けさを感じる風景を作っております。
This is the elevator lobby that when people customer enters, they feel the water, the quietness of water reflections.
廊下は木漏れ日をイメージした、デザインをして、客室へ向かうためのリラックスした状態を向かうためのシークエンスを空間に落とし込んでいます。
This is the corridor when you approach to the guest room, and she is inspired through the lights through trees and leaves, so that people have a sequence to get into their guest room.
ホテルで最も重要なのは滞在者の体験です。
The most important part of hotel design is how the users experience.
私たちは設計段階からゲストがリラックスできる、デザインを心がけました。
So when they plan in the design, she always kept her mind into how to create the comfort conditions.
このプロジェクトではデザインの力で自然と調和し、ゲストに豊かな体験を提供するということの例の一つです。
This is one of her examples that use the design to provide various different experience during the stay of this hotel.
私たちは常に環境やユーザーのニーズを考慮し、空間を作ることが大事だと考えています。
She always keeps her mind that creating different types of experience is important as part of her job.
で、NEXT ですね。次のプロジェクトです。
The next project?
はい。マンションのモデルルームになります。
This is a model room for the new development.
ここのモデルがあるマンションの場所は明治神宮、新宿御苑、神宮外苑に囲まれた、都心でありながら自然に恵まれた、ロケーションにあります。
This location is very special. It's in between Shinjuku and Meiji Jingu. It's one of the most prosperous area in Tokyo. However, it's surrounded by nature.
高速道路が絡み合うようにクロスする場所でもあるので、私たちはロケーションを最大限に生かしたオープンネストというテーマでデザインに取り込みました。
And also, it's a very unique that you can see all those infrastructure such as freeway is interweaving in front, so that they came up with the concept of design as open nest.
オープンネストのコンセプトは、開放感のある自分だけの巣、ネストをテーマにしています。
The concept of open nest is to create the space that's comfortable yet very open.
ですので私は住宅の中にさまざまな小さな居場所を作りました。
So that she created multiple locations for the user inhabitants to actually nest themselves.
玄関の廊下はアーティストの画像を貼った参道になっています。
this is the entrance corridor that has artist wallpaper.
グラスです。ガラスです。
Garas. It's a glass work of artists that creates feels like approach to the mountain.
キッチンは土と火をテーマにしています。
The kitchen.
土と火ですね。
The kitchen represents fire and the soil.
ダイニングは、木々の下に映り込む語らいの場にしてます。
The dining space has a reflection of trees that you can discuss, create a conversation under the tree.
そして手前にあるのがネストルーム、仕事ができるオープンのルームになってます。
And this area is the working space that feels like more nesting yourself.
このキッチンの素材では、リサイクルガラスを使った、リサイクルワインのボトルや、端材ですね、人工石を作る時に出た端材を、使った左官材を塗っています。
The wall of the kitchen use recycled materials such as broken glass or
ワインボトル。
wine bottles, and then use the clay works to implement into the wall finish.
でダイニングテーブルのガラスも蛍光灯とかから、作り出したリサイクルのガラス使ってます。
The dining table glass top is made out of recycled fluorescent tubes.
はい。大丈夫ですね。で次のプロジェクトに行きたいと思います。次のプロジェクトです。
はい。The next one?
はい、ヨットクラブラウンジになります。
It's a yacht club lounge.
こちらは逗子にあるマリーナクラブラウンジの会員制のクラブです。
This is a yacht club, members only yacht club located in Zushi.
この場所はですね、既存の風景がすいません。こうですね。既存がこれがコロナパンデミックの影響で、閉鎖してしまったカフェをクラブラウンジに改装しました。
This space used to be a cafe, but however, because of the pandemic, they shut down the business, so they converted into yacht club.
で私たちの目標としてはヨットクラブの歴史と魅力を感じ、会員同士が語り合える空間というのを提供することでした。
They were aiming to design the space where the members can have a little chat and also feel the history of the club.
とても手が込んでいるように見えるんですけれども、実は床を塗り替えただけと、格子のパーテーションをつけただけになっています。
It looks a lot of work, but actually what they did was to change the color of the floor and also build this partition wall that which made out of wood studs.
家具も、クラブの倉庫に眠っていたものをすべてリペアして使っています。
The furniture in the space is actually refurbished from the yacht club storage.
このプロジェクトが特別であるのは、コロナ禍で途絶えていた人々とのコミュニケーションの場を作った、時でした。
This was special because they were trying to rebuild the connection of peoples after the pandemic.
気にせずヨットの話や趣味について語り合える場が皆さんの笑顔が見れたことにとても感動しました。
She was very touched when she saw the members' face, the smiley face when they were talking about yacht.
次にご紹介するのは今進行中のゴーラホテルになります。
This is the next project. It's actually in progress. It's a hotel.
はい、日本の箱根ゴーラに今設立をしています。
It's in the Hakone Gola.
はい、箱根ゴーラで ですね。
ゴーラ
はい、作ってます。ゴーラの豊かさを体現するフォーマンフソークアタイム、次がいいかな。ちょっと温泉に浸かると時間に浸かるをかけてます。
So this means there dipping yourself in the hot spring, also in the time.
ゴーラの自然に浸る時間を掘り起こしたいと考えてデザインしています。
So the design is inspired from the creating your dipping yourself into the nature.
ここに使っている、樹木でしたり、坪庭にある石でしたり、こちらの次のこのロビーの丸太とか家具の石はすべて、解体前にそこの土地にあった素材を使ってます。
These interior finish material, including wood columns and the wood surfaces, are actually found from these locations or this area.
ですから私はそこにあった記憶というものを掘り起こしてまたそこに取り戻すっていう作業をしている。
So she's working on this idea of finding the memory of the site, the locations, and then apply into her design work.
照明もちょっといいですかね。一点、月明かりというものをテーマにしていています。なので白い光をあえて。
So the lighting, she wanted to emphasize, she's trying to create this moonlight effect so that she used white light intentionally. So it feels like the light is from the moon. なんか聞こえないですね。
なんか電池切ったりします。大丈夫。普通にあと2件だけ。
はい。
じゃあ次のページ。
はい。
これはペントハウスのデザイン。
あ、ちょっと大変時間が。
これで終わりにします。
あ、そうですね。
これはペントハウス。
はい。This is a penthouse design.
これは大阪の重曹という場所です。
This is located in Osaka, Juso.
49階に面して、その外側に。
This is on the 49th floor.
はい、49階。
That has an amazing view from the space.
こちらの場所はとても
赤嘅咁樣攞，要冇電啊，係啊，唔該你，唔該你。
This location actually has a quite bad impressions for the Japanese.
この町の
はい
再開発をするということがきっかけになる物件で。
So this property actually is going to be was developed to change the impression of these locations.
誰も見ていない景色というものをデザインとして浮遊感をキーワードにしています。
So her design concept comes from to create a space that no one has experienced. So she created the feeling of airiness, like feels like you're floating.
間仕切りの壁も極力減らしてガラスで浮遊感を。
So the partition walls, she's trying to use non-solid, like glass partitions, so that feels like transparency in the space and openness.
これは淀川の花火が見えるので花火ルームを。
So she created this corner room that has river. Actually, there's a fireworks. So in this space, they can see the amazing fireworks during the festival. はい。はい。はい。
I believe in the power of interior design, which enriched our quality of lives by creating space that are not only comfortable but also peaceful. I'm excited to collaborate and explore new heights together with leading designers from Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Japan. Thank you for this incredible opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Zama-san, and thanks, Daisuke, for your translation. Ad hoc translation. Okay, actually, Zama-san, can you come back to the stage, and can I invite Mr. Horace Pan to present you the certificate of appreciation? Thank you. Thank you. And next, can I please invite our representative from Hong Kong, Mr. Ken Jun and CM Zhao. And they are also an executive committee member of our association. They both graduated from Hong Kong Polytechnic University in 2008 and 2007, respectively, and then they founded their practice of interiors in 2013. I'll pass the mic to you.
Thank you, Leslie.
Please
You're so
stay in the middle
well
for the-
prepared for information. Thank you. Stay in the middle. All right. All right. Hi. First of all, I'm CM. This is my partner Ken.
Hello.
We have been working for OFT of Interiors for about 10 years now, right?
Yes, this year is our 10 years.
Yeah, and basically we are quite. Let us briefly introduce ourselves. Wesley did a very good introduction of us already. Thank you. And no, it's not working.
Okay. Welcome, Jason.
Yeah, basically we are quite focused in commercial spatial design. And in terms of commercial spatial design, we're very focused in the cinema design. Right? Yeah, for the cinema designs. But today we are not going to just go into the cinema designs. We want to share about what we have learned throughout the 10 years and also to how to express ourselves in terms of the experience and design for these 3 years in the pandemic. So maybe I should briefly introduce some of the cinema designs we did. We talk about interior design, but we also focus in spatial and experience design. Cinema design, cinema projects is somewhere we should just we step in and then we feel something. We are going to a journey of a movie. We want to travel through the story itself. So for different operators and different site condition, we deal with different experience, and what we are achieving is also different stories of the project. And throughout the cinema design practices, we learned about genre, experience, and also the entertainment. But mostly what we are working for, what is the design intention of our projects, we want to show more about the sense of arrival. This is what I said, like once we step into the cinema, from the shopping mall maybe, we can feel that we are going to travel in a different way and different space. But for these 3 years after the pandemic, we also very impressed by what we are going to do with the sense of belongings. We want to show some more to encourage people coming into the space, because we are working in commercial designs. Commercial space needs to encourage more audience come into the public and have the social lives. For the sense of belongings, one of the projects we did in these 3 years, all of the projects we talk about is just completed in these 3 years. This is a restaurant. For this one, we try to combine retail and also the F&B projects together to enhance a complete experience of the space. That's also one of the practices we learned from the cinema design, because cinema is not just single-purpose project. It's combined with the ticketing and the concession and also the movie going. For the food serving, performance, and exhibition, we try to do something more into one space. Try to combine more activities, also functionality, to consider that we can show in a space. For the same language, we also put it in another F&B project. This is Shisha Bar?
Shisha Bar, yes.
Shisha Bar in Tsim Sha Tsui, and then in Hong Kong, I mean. And then this is where we try to do something like more community-wise to encourage the customers that can sit outdoor and have the seizure and then enjoy their communication and also to build up the community for the restaurants. Trying to going through the staircase upstairs, we have another experience. We provide the privacy. We provide another joy of F&B location. And then, therefore, the experience design, what we did for this project.
Okay. Sorry.
Sorry, 1 second. We have to pause it and then try to have the whole experience of the video. Then I have to contact the speakers. Thank you, Wesley, again. The technical stuff. Yes. So when we are talking about customization for each project, as a designer, we always want to try to build up different styles, maybe, and we want to showcase for different projects, right? And for this project, this is a customized car park for our owner. he bought a car park with just a very small space for about 28 cars, and having his own cars displayed, we want to show the sense of belongings of him. So we custom make those parts, accessories with the drainage, with the logo itself, and do the to encourage the community experience in the project. We also have a private space inside the car park as well. So this is what we called it for different projects. We have to show different customizations. And to wrap up for all this as a package, we want to do more, something from the functionality and then to the community. And for another project, cinema project, our main focus is in Shenzhen is a pandemic project, right?
It's in pandemic.
Yeah, it's a pandemic project. What we call a pandemic project is, even though from the design stage and also the construction is, we are quite remote for this project.
We remote to design and also the drawings and also the construction, also materials.
And site supervision.
Site supervision,
even though
yes.
we haven't been to Shenzhen as well. Yeah. I guess we better do the video then.
係咪轉翻嗰個先？
上面頭先係嘛？係。識用 PC
係啊，唔識用 PC 啊，所以
係啊，慘，冇人識。跟住用個放大。
死咗。
drag 落去咁咪得咗，輕咗。有意外。Okay, let me briefly introduce and go on for this project. Yeah, we are trying to fix it out. For the project, what we was talking about is the cinema project. And for this project, we try to summarize what we have in previously about the community and also the different functionalities. We have to, we have to fulfill the basic requirement itself, of course. That's the ticketing, and then concessions and the movies features. But we also want to encourage, encourage people coming once and once again, and then to feel that this is the cinema they would like to go, and for every movies. So in this particular site, we have also another VIP lounge, and then to have generated an idea for the sense of belongings.
係啊，輕咗。個 PowerPoint 係嘛？係啊，
全部機輕咗。冇咗。
唔想掉啲差咗。
Yeah, for different project, we have a story for itself. For this project, we are talking about the red shift of the phenomenon in the skies. So, talking about stories, we. Thank you. Yeah.
You can go back to your seat.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
但係你呢邊因為已經係 Zoom 嘅話，就要播翻個
我識
識佢咪先，識佢咩？
得唔得？係。唔得得，冇聲啊，暫時係咩？
因為已經係 Zoom 咧，就係。
你夾翻個緊頭先，咁樣間仲要再播咪又係再翻嚟一次。
OK 啊，你繼續先。
聽咗。
There is always situation for presentation.
係嘅。繼續撳你嗰個。冇嘢。
得啦。但係呢個嘢係得啊嘛。哦，得。Yeah, so finally we're going to another project. This is the most impressive project for myself in these 3 years. This is a shopping mall project in China by ourselves. I mean, we are just having a small team in my company, and we worked hard to achieve this outcome for the shopping mall. For 3 stories shopping mall is about 10,000 square meters. We generate a lot of ideas in this project throughout our experience. For the experience I'm talking about is just like what I said before. We try to learn from different projects and also operators, and then to fulfill the experience of the audience, we put those activities inside. You can see that this is quite a lot of empty spaces in the plan, and this is quite challenging for just a shopping mall operation, because for different areas they want to rent, go for the rental, of course they make monies, but for this project we are trying to encourage some other things to draw more attention to the audience. This is what we call January to our project. We go through storefronts and then to the corridor, and then going to the archive place with the concessions, with the concierge, and then looking up to the other floors. We want to show different parts of the shopping mall. For the same language we're talking about, we do use a lot of grade in this project by different materials. We have metals, we have paints, we have special paints, and also some kind of towels and glasses. But for the reason why we're doing such experience, because this is a renovation project from a very traditional shopping mall to now we call it a youth mall. For youth mall, we want to focus for the how to provide a sense of belongings for those customers. We are coming as a teenager. We are coming as a youth. We want to show that we are very considerate as a position and the status in the city. Having said that, Chengdu's teenagers is very active now. They kind of traveling a lot. They experience a lot. They also eager to see more in the city, with also possibilities and also combination of materials and design details. We want to tell the story of them. This is what we call the possibility of space, and then it also represents the possibility of the children and the teenagers. For this empty space, I call it, and this is actually some event space for the project. We have the possibility for the operator to do some pop-up performance and also some design exhibitions in terms of the design elements. From the social media in China, this is quite successful because they are using up a lot for the space. They also can do some rental space for this one. They make incomes for the mall itself as well. To the material, we talk about the possibility and also the combination. We have different kinds of grades inside. We have different details, and also with the sizing and proportion of the materials, we want to show the possibilities of the materials as well. Let us go to the video, then we can just wrap up for a while.现在就在那个城市里面，Well, in terms of the location and also the
所以后边商业为什么广受关注？因为它是成都购中心运营方式的分水岭，以共创活动本地化的分享方式，建构中心联营模式的探索。这样出来还给了很多启发。
People is doing a lot of research and also analysis around this commercial space in China as well. So one of the projects we're talking about is our site is Cosmo Mall. For the As you may see, seen from the video, that we provide a lot of circulation and also the travel of the space inside. We would like to provide more about the sense of exploring. For the exploration you can make from in the shopping mall, you can just travel into the atrium and then look up to find another space. And as a whole package for the design for the one project, we also very insist to do a project in one single language. To apply the single language, what we mentioned is a sense of unification. For this, we applied it for every different area. This is the lift lobby for the car park. And once you go from the car park and you travel also to the shopping mall itself, for the ground floor, we are sharing the same language. Even though we are talking about the toilets, the rostrum is also completed with our one single language to have to provide the overall experience. So for this whole project, I mean the outcome for this one, to wrap up, is what we call about the sense of belongings. We used to talk about a lot of experience design when we are doing cinema design. But now, after a few years and after whole this experience of ourselves, we want to bring more. I mean, the character of the project itself. We want to talk about the sense of belongings for different projects, because different projects serves for different experience and also different audience and operators as well. So, yes, thank you. Thank you. This is our sharing for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ken and CM. May I now invite our past chairman from HKIDA, Mr. Anthony Chan, to come to the stage and present the certificate of appreciation to OFT Interiors. Thank you very much. And next, I would like to introduce our Japanese speaker, Mr. Wataru Sato.